So it's been a busy week, a long trip on Tuesday. Just how's everyone feeling?
Okay, yeah, it is a long trip, you know. There's nothing you can do about it. It's the way the fixtures have fallen. I'm back on the road again Saturday morning. So, yeah, not ideal, not ideal at all, really. But whoever invented 2 home, 2 away, don't see it myself, really. Don't see it. But still, we have to change something so someone's got the ability to show in their job they're doing something, I suppose.
You said post-match that you were proud of the performance, and those battling points can really be just as vital come the end of the season.
They're vital now. They're not just vital at the end of the season. So, I think that if you look at where we've been over the last 2 or 3 games, what you don't want to do is ride your luck with it too much, because eventually what will happen is it will run out. But that's the situation we're in. Been in that situation for a long time now, so it's nothing new. It doesn't necessarily help, but it's nothing new.
We always talk about how together the team are and everything, but one thing that's really shown in all season really is just the resilience they've got as well. Not just together, but resilient with it.
You've got to have that. Any good team's got resilience. Any good team. So, you'll see the teams that are above us will have good resilience. So, yeah, I mean, you've got to have that because it's not going to be. It's not going to be great games that you're going to be involved in every week, and you have to show that mental toughness to stop the ball going in the back of your net, and try really, really hard at the things you've worked on to make sure you get it in the back of theirs. So I think resilience is just one thing that a good, successful football team needs.
And obviously losing Taylor Moore in the game, and like you say, only having one centre half by the end of the game, but they don't seem to. They don't feel sorry for themselves. There's plenty of opportunities where they've lost players, and people have had to play out of position, but they don't seem to feel sorry for themselves, and they do their job the best they can.
I think that has happened to us a couple of times this season, where we have felt sorry for ourselves, and we have brought that up, and we have discussed that, and I suppose that's part of the process. So I'm not surprised now that when we've lost someone that we've been, I think, tougher mentally, because I think we had those scenarios earlier in the season and it did affect us and we did feel sorry for ourselves, and I think that's shown great improvement by the squad, and their mental toughness in them moments.
You mentioned Taylor Moore. Has he managed to get checked out yet?
Yeah, I mean, it's still really, really early, so I genuinely wouldn't know where he is at this moment in time. Maybe it's not as bad as maybe we thought, or as he thought at the time, but that doesn't necessarily rule him in or rule him out on Saturday.
Matt Pennington, will this be a game too soon for him, or how's he?
Don't know, because every time I think, okay, he might be all right, then he's not all right. So at this moment in time, I've got him out of my thoughts because it keeps confusing my thoughts, really. So at the moment, I'll just need to wait and see on that.
With that kind of injury, what are the kind of symptoms? If you hurt your knee, it's your knee. What is it when it's your head? What kind of thing is he going through?
Well, it's like a concussion injury, isn't it? The only thing is, I would say that the protocol that we went through with him on the day was fine. He ticked all of those boxes, which is why he went back on the pitch. After that, he felt groggy, and then didn't train. And now he's been training. He then felt groggy, but then he's trained afterwards and not felt groggy. So it's very much a wait and see one at the moment. I mean, I've penciled him in so many times over the last week or so especially, and ended up rubbing him out. So I suppose what I don't have to do is I don't have to think too much about the team today. So I need to see how we are tomorrow, really.
Yeah, it's a trip to Accrington on Saturday. It's always a tough place to go. They're saying, a physical game, and just what you're expecting from that.
Well, I think that it's funny because, you know, whilst they're down there this season and probably people are moaning about injuries and all of that and ourselves, you know, I think John's had a real tough job there this year because they've picked up a lot of injuries to their defenders. So, you know, they'll probably have a couple of them back on Saturday and maybe another midfield player. But, you know, they've been through a lot of injuries this year. And, you know, and whilst they're not as high up the league as what they have been in previous years, they're still a tough nut to crack. And as I say, I think they've done, you know, just as good a job there this year as they've done in previous years, John and his staff.
Perfect, thank you.
Okay.